Hi, my name's Kris Burton. I'm here at DBS doing an interview for Future Music. I want to talk about one of my favourite bits of kit, which is the Capistan by Strymon. And it sounds great for dub echoes, and it sounds great for thickening sounds as well. Okay, so one of the bits of hardware that I wanted to talk about, and something that I use a lot, particularly for vocals, is the Capistan from Strymon. I've got one of these in my home studio, and this is one of the pedals that's here at DBS Studios. And one of the best things about it, it's not just the kind of the tape echo sound you get from it. Essentially it's emulating tape echo. I've heard about it through one of the guys from Dubchasm. He uses it as a dub echo, and I really wanted something in the studio that I could use to do some dub mixing with. And what I actually found with it, as well as doing dub delays and dub echoes, is that it's also great for stretching vocals and just putting over vocals to give you like a stereo image, which is kind of chorusy, but just has the texture of tape as well. And when people ask me about the Capistan, I say it sounds kind of tapier than tape, which sounds a bit weird, but it just has a really kind of high fidelity tape sound. And if you wanted to just run stuff through it just to get a tape sound, it sounds fantastic. But also as a kind of getting a vocal, like a mono vocal, and just giving it a bit of spread, but not getting in the way of stuff around it, kind of like a chorus. But also just giving it a bit of fatness to it. So I've got a vocal that I'm going to run through it. I guess like talking about the features on it, you've got the time. So you've got the time of the delay. For this like example, I'm going to just try and keep it to like a slap delay. You've got tape head, so you've got a fixed tape head, so a tape head that stays in one position. So yeah, it will just keep the same delay. You've got multi-delay, so you've got multiple delays happening, and then you've got a single delay, which sounds a bit more like obviously like a one shot afterwards. And that's what I'm going to use for. That's what I've been using for vocals. But to be honest, it's kind of like no settings. You don't. When I turn it on, I just play around with it, and it just sounds good, and I'll just get it to a point. So I've got no kind of fixed settings that I use. So yeah, you've got the tape heads, you've got the modes A, B, and C. It's actually got spring reverb in there as well, which sounds absolutely amazing. You've got a mix, so you can blend the dry and the wet, which always seems to work the opposite way. You've got tape aids, so say you want to get a kind of more saturated sound, you've got that on there. You've got repeats, so you can warp the repeats up and get more feedback coming back in, which sounds fantastic. And then you've got wow and flutter, so if you imagine if you've got your tape going around, and then some of the old tape machines, they tended to kind of move a bit like that, so it kind of stretches the vocal. You can kind of get it on vinyl when you say on a Technics, when you press your finger on the plate on the side, and even digital kind of CD decks, you can kind of get that kind of wobbly sound. Well, that's what that's doing there. You've got tap tempo, so if I play the track, you can get your tempo in there. So things delay in time, which is great. I just play the vocal through there. And I've got, so that's without. And then if I put that in, see if I can get a, I mean, you know, it's got that classic. Oh, still hear the reamp coming through there. Take over your soul. It's got that classic tape kind of pitch shift. So if I which is like common in like a Roland tape echo. So what I tend to do is just get it fixed at a point. For this, for vocals, I tend just to have a slap delay, so quite a quick one.
Let the expression take over your soul.
There you go. Maybe back off on the tape age.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. We're going on a journey. Yeah.
See, that sounds beautiful like that, to be honest, and that's actually giving us some feedback. But you can get it to properly feedback. Of course, when you mess around with the time, it is just like just like tape. It will take time to kind of catch up.
Take over your soul. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Great, and so yeah, I tend to use this one to fatten, thicken vocals, and I might layer the vocals up. I might go for one tape setting, one repeat mode, and then do another one and pan them left and right, and you just get this nice thick sound. And then, you know, just to actually go a bit berserk, if I want to do some feedback stuff, maybe if I've got a riser coming in, it's quite nice just to kind of build up the repeats on it so it feeds back on itself. It's just an amazing bit of kit. There's nothing quite like it, to be honest. Yeah, I'm just so happy with mine.